Welcome back, my Earth Wars friends. I'm your host, CF, and you're watching CFTactics. I've touched on a number of subjects in the past, showing some wild pair-ups, how to use bots, and this week I thought I'd delve into a topic that is difficult to tread, squad building. You can also find my original article on this topic on the Earth Wars Reddit. The link is in the description below. Regardless of whether it's a war team, a raid team, or general battle team, you're going to need to know what bots to use, what cores to equip on them, with combats to equip, and lots of energon and spark. And that's a lot of information to assimilate and recall. That's why I'm offering this guide on squad building and offer you tips, tricks, and knowledge to better optimize and test out your bots and build your ultimate squad. Your favorite may not be your favorite in Earth Wars. One of the biggest pitfalls that players do is pick their strongest bots, or they'll pick their favorite from the Transformers mythos. This can almost always end in a substantial squad lineup, and they will end up disheartened and demoralized for it. Just because your bot is your personal favorite doesn't mean that bot should be your favorite in a squad line. Nor does picking your strongest bots. Brute strength doesn't always guarantee a win either. Strategy and skill often outweigh brute strength. Test the combats. Chances are you've gotten a 2-star level of your desired bot, but not invested a lot of spark or energon into it. That's completely okay. However, if you get a combat bot, which will usually be a 2-star, try equipping it to the 2-star version of your favorite bot and test it that way. This is a fairly inexpensive way of equipping and testing out your bot and combat bot combination, as equipping and re-equipping a 2-star level combat is approximately 6,000 energon. Understanding and equipping power cores. Power cores and prime cores can be very beneficial to your bot and team. Understanding these power cores and their prime cores abilities can assist you in whom to equip them to. In most cases, the bot will have a G1 power core. This is the most desired core because it generally will offer you 2 attributes as opposed to 1. G1 cores are also better equipped and better suited to your actual bot. I have also compiled videos of power cores and prime cores on my channel. The links are in the description. Understanding your bots. Bot abilities are an important choice. Understanding how they work can be tedious at times as well. Using complementary or high damage abilities, or even abilities that can minimize damage taken, can strengthen your team immeasurably. Choose bots that attract defenses, effectively reducing your overall team damage by focusing it all into a single target and absorbing it. There are plenty of good examples out there, mostly among the warrior class of the bots. Choosing bots that can nullify defenses is also another good aspect of building up your squad. These bots can effectively stop attacks in their tracks. Stuns and hacks are 2 great options to add to your team. Bots like Dirge or Blades, or even Scrapnel and Bumblebee, or Chromia and Fellback can achieve those types of desired attacks. Understanding your bots and how they compare together with other bots on your squad can help you immeasurably. And just saying, this bot is great, or this bot sucks, should never be the conclusive, definitive answer one should accept. There are a varying level of reasons why a single player or a small group of players share this deceptive and often undefended conclusion. Use these bots to your own liking or dislike. Work out combinations and see what works best for you. One-shot ability. Air class, gunner class, and even some special classes can offer a one-and-done strike. This does, of course, depend on the bot's ability level, the level of the bot, and the power core type and level assigned to them, as well as the health of the building and the range at which the one-shotters can attack. There are other potential issues with one-shotters as well, and that has to be the investment of resources to get them to that level. One-shotters will not come about easily or cheaply, so do keep that in mind. The more, the merrier? The bot class that has the most bots currently in Earth Wars are the Specialist class. This really is a designation that doesn't quite conform to the characteristics of the other bot classes. You'll find as you play and evolve your playstyle that some special class can become regulars in your squad if they haven't already. Another class that is often overlooked are the Triple Changers. Most Triple Changers offer two abilities. Some of them even complement one another, or can or should be used together. Most of the Triple Changers, however, have a healing ability and can offer you a hidden medic in your squad if and when necessary. More food for thought there. Also, consider bots that aren't Triple Changers but do have two abilities, such as Antagony / Tasmanian Kid. Their abilities complement one another with water and electrical damage, and elemental damages do play a part in putting your squad together. Medics and healers. A lot of players really love healers. However, I know many feel them necessary for your team. Medics do help in reducing the damage to your team, and using them can keep your team alive longer. Many players have stated that Flatline and Minerva are the best healers in game, and I have to tend to agree. But the dedicated healers are not the only bots that can heal. As mentioned before, most Triple Changers and a few combats offering healing abilities as well, so having dedicated healer on your team, that's up to you. Most of the healers in-game have a decent area of effect, and planning on how to use or deploy your healer's abilities in battle can make a difference. Take, for instance, Wheeljack and Shockwave's battle stimulants. These are a great way to speed up the slower melee bots like warriors or specials, and having these bots move a little faster can increase some of the damage done. Speed kills, but so does time. Finishing a battle quickly can be terrific. Attempting to do so as well can be equally catastrophic. There are benefits to both knowing when to attack fast and when to take a leisurely pace, but do be mindful of the battle clock. At a minimum, you get 3 minutes, 180 seconds, and at maximum, 3.5 minutes, 210 seconds, for a battle. Not all things need to be pedal to the metal, again, pun intended, but again, not all things have to be dinosaur slow. Finding that balance of when to attack Jackrabbit or slow and steady Tortoise can make all the difference in a battle. Getting a little help from your friends with support bots. Sometimes you're going to need to wreak a little more havoc and damage than normal. Well, there's bots for that. And while they may seem like a one-off ability, sometimes the boosts you get from using bots like Motormaster or Rodimus Prime, Inferno or Rodimus Unicronus, or even Tarn and Alpha Trion, they can help offer that boost that can help you get to that tactical advantage you just might need. Other utility bots that can offer you a good boost are Crankcase and Hoist, Dirtbag and Grapple, which launch their distractions and do damage, Shockwave and Wheeljack, Sinner Twin and Streetwise, and even bots like Punch and Counterpunch. Health versus damage, finding a balance. A bot's health should be considered as point number 1 versus damage. You can cause far more damage if you're alive and ticking, pun intended, rather than slagging and losing squad members. It can be argued that high damage bots can clear the path for the higher health, lower damage bots, and yes, this is a valid argument, except that usually those higher damage bots have low health. You've got to balance those equally. Warriors are generally high DPS, moderate to low health. Find bots that complement those warriors and help them extend their life. Planning your strategy. Your team is your strategy. Not all battle types allow you to scout out enemy bases. Wars are still the only game mode that allow you to do this. But when you can, try to scout out the enemy base and plan your attack. Look for areas that you can easily and quickly dispatch and take out, and consider bots that may or may not adhere to your norm per those requirements. In war mode, you can do this and tailor your team to the base. However, in other modes, you can't. So how can you build a team for a base you can't see? Well, that's one of the small values of the war engine in Earth Wars. The base lineups will generally offer you some of the most varied and interesting base layouts to attack. Learning and recognizing these bases and potential weaknesses can offer you a broader range of bots and squads to use in other battle modes of the game. Some more experienced players have a dedicated war team or a raid team, or a team of teams that act out for both of these modes. Well, guess what? You can build a strong squad and or team in a generalized way. Dispatch missions as a tool. One often overlooked tool in the game, and a frequently disliked game mode, is the dispatch missions, unlockable at HQ level 9 and accessible from your scanner. Many of the missions form teams of specialized bots by class. Try using the auto select feature and see what bots it recommends for the mission at hand. Understandably, you may not immediately agree with the squad it builds, but note the bots it selects and try them on your own to see if they're a viable selection for you. Putting your team together. Everybody and their brother can formulate a formula to quantify the best team for a specific job or for a specific battle type. And that's great, really it is. But selecting the bots for a team should be a mix of personal attribution as well as strategic cunning. Your squad needs to have the right composition to be successful. It is possible to select the wrong bot for the squad, but that doesn't make the bot bad. That doesn't make the squad bad. This will happen, and it is a learning process. It could be a great mashup of bots, but be significantly underpowered, and that's okay too. Teams can always get stronger. But if you want an effective team as possible, you want to put together a well-rounded generalized team. This generalized approach offers you, the player, a team or set of teams that can tackle a wide variety of bases and defensive strategies. As previously stated, the ideal mix of a team is one with bot health and damage. Power comes to those who know how, said Megatron once, and as such, you learn your bots and discover new favorites and new abilities and apply them in a way that is right for you, and your power will grow. Regardless of your views on the classes of bots, the ultimate squad build is your decision. Other players can offer you advice, but less often they can't explain that choice or advice. Some players will try to help you understand that choice or advice, and many players have turned that advice away because they don't understand. There's not a definitive set of squads or bots that is 100% effective in all situations. The best you can reasonably and realistically aim for is 80 to 92% rate of success. Failure or losing does not mean that you failed. It is possible to do everything right and still fail. Building your squads is not a one and done process, and I hope that this video has helped you understand that. It's an ongoing and ever-changing process. Experimentation and the expansion of knowledge and even out-of-the-box thinking can help you build your squad to success. If you found this or any of my videos helpful or informative, please like and subscribe, share with your friends, and let me know your thoughts and feedback in the comments. I've been your host, CF, and this has been another episode of CFTactics. See you on the battlefield, my friends.